Here's Peyton and we just harvested some. What did we harvest, Peyton? Mint. We harvest peppermint. What are we gonna make? Iced tea.
Iced tea.
Yes. All right. Hi friends, welcome to my humble homestead and garden side chat. If I look hot and a little worn out, well, I am. Today I had a really fun day with my grandson Peyton. He wanted to come over to Grandma's house to play, which we had a blast. We played outside. We harvested a bunch of mint. I don't know if you've seen my pictures on Instagram, but I have like mint gone wild in my herb garden. So we harvested that. We watered his garden. He wanted to eat some fresh kale out of his garden, which was so fun. And we just had a blast, mowed the lawn. I picked up at our lake house, we have a bubble mower, which he just drives everywhere. So we had stopped, we were in Fargo, so we stopped at Walmart. So I picked him up a bubble mower for here since I needed to mow and he could just have at it here. So anyway, so I like to make things from scratch, grow my own food as much as I can, preserve it, and save money. So if these things are things that you like, then come along as well. So what I'm going to do here today is I am going to make some sweet iced mint tea and use up a bunch of this mint that I have. I'm going to make it in a concentrate. I'm going to have some in the fridge, but then I'm going to make it up in a concentrate and then freeze them. I'm going to freeze them in little blocks so that I can just take out and make pictures of it whenever I have. And that way I can harvest this mint when it grows again. I can harvest it again, dehydrate some, have it for teas, have it for pest control in the winter, all kinds of things. So I kept telling everybody on my different social media groups, come and get it if you want some, but then nobody asked for it. So I thought I'll just harvest it up and use it this way. So I thought since I'm going to make some iced tea, I thought I would bring you along and show you how to do it. So in this big pot here, I have 12 cups of water. So 12 cups of water. Now I'm going to make a sweet tea. You can use whatever sugar you want, but because I've been trying to be pretty good with my sugar, I'm using coconut palm sugar. It keeps the glycemic index down. It is AIP approved. So if you guys are on the autoimmune protocol diet, you can use this. If some of you don't worry about your sugar, I tend to react from white sugar. It does not do good for my migraines. So I am going to try this with this coconut palm sugar. I haven't tried it yet, so we're going to see how this works. So I'm assuming since it's AIP approved, it should be fine for me. So I'm going to add to my 12 cups of water, I'm going to add 4 cups of sugar. So, and this, like I said, is a palm. You can use brown sugar. You can use whatever sugar you have. You can use honey even if you want to, which is also, or maple syrup. So here we go. I might even do just a little bit under the 4 cup. Well, you know, I want it to be really good. So I want it to be sweet tea. All right, so I'm going to put this in here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put this pot over on the stove and I'm going to start letting it simmer so all the sugar can dissolve. And then I'm going to come back over here and we are going to start processing the mint. See you in a moment. What are you eating, Peyton?
A snack.
Ham.
Ham and cherries.
And cherries.
Mm.
Okay, so now what I am doing with my mint here is I'm actually just taking the leaves off of the stems. This is something that you don't have to do. I personally am doing it because the stems can make the tea bitter. If I was going to dehydrate these, I would not. I would dehydrate the whole thing up. I am going to take these stems here and I will dehydrate those up. I have a crawl space under my house, so I'm going to dehydrate these up, and then I'm going to put them in a little piece of cheesecloth or a little satchel, and I will put those underneath my house in the winter, and that helps keep the mice away. They do not like the smell of mint, so that is what I'm going to do. Or like if I have any leaves that have a little brown spot on there, I'll just put those in there and dehydrate them too. And that is what I'm going to use for that's my pest control. I generally didn't see any mice in my house last year, but I live in the country and I know we do have mice. So that's just how I take care of that. I know I have mice in my yard. I have a wood pile and I've seen results of mice outside. So that's just how I try to keep them from coming in my house. So that's what I'm going to do with the stems. So that way I'm not wasting them and I'm using the leaves for my tea. So what I'm going to do is I pat this down. I'm putting them in my bowl because I want to get 6 cups of my mint leaves. I thought about getting some lemon balm too and doing a mint lemon balm tea, which I thought would be really good. I didn't have quite as much lemon balm, so I'm just going to stick with the peppermint this time. But when I get more lemon balm, I think I might do that next time. Thought that would be really yummy. But anyway, so I'm making this up. I'm going to get this nice and full. Then I'm going to wash these strainer. I have my stove just on a low. I'm just have it on a simmer right now to let the sugar dissolve. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mint leaves in there. I will probably bring that up to a boil, and then I will put my mint leaves in there, and then I will bring it down to a simmer it for about 10-15 minutes, and then I will cover my pot, and I am going to let the tea leaves sit in the water overnight for like 12 hours. And that will make a nice concentrated tea. I'm going to freeze them. I have little mini silicone bread pans, or like the mini loaf ones I have. And I'm going to freeze, I have 4 of them, and I'm going to freeze 4 of those. And that way I can just take the blocks of those, and one of those should make pitcher of tea, like one of those, because it's about a quarter of a pitcher and then the rest is ice and water, and that makes your iced tea. But that will be frozen already. So I'm going to try that and see how it works. If it's not strong enough, then I'll use 2 of them. But yeah, so that's how I'm going to make my sweet mint tea. It'll be a nice refreshing treat to have in the summer, especially on those really hot days. And you know how I like my drinks. So I thought this would be a fun one. And you can do it with whatever flavor you want. You can make, but I just had all this mint, and I thought, what a fun way to use up my mint. And it's also very healthy and very good for you. All right, so I will show you what it looks like when I get it over on the stove.
In the meantime.
What you doing, Peyton? Are you watering the garden?
Yeah.
It's my garden helper today.
Oh yeah. I'm going to make a wet pedal for the birds.
Oh, the birds have the bird water, the bird bath. Okay, so now I have my sugar water simmering here, and I have half of my leaves washed. So I'm going to pour those in, and then I'm just going to go wash the other half of my leaves and do the same. And then I'm going to simmer these leaves, in the sugar water. And when I'm done washing the other leaves, I'm literally going to turn the heat off and cover this, and I will simmer these overnight. And then I will strain this tomorrow. And then I will try making a picture. This is going to be the concentrate. So I'll make a picture of it by adding water to it. And then I'm going to freeze the other ones in these so I can have some tea concentrate ready to go in the freezer. So I will show you that process tomorrow after these simmer overnight. See you later. This is how Peyton ended up watering the garden. Is this how you water the garden, Peyton?
Oh yeah, I want to use this.
Well, we gotta go water that one back there. Now I'm gonna go finish this one back here. Okay. Welcome back, friends. So my tea has sat overnight. So if you don't have time to do it overnight, you can always do it like 4 to 6 hours. I did it overnight. I'm making it nice and concentrated so I can freeze some of it. So I am just gonna strain it out here into my pitcher. And remember, it's dark because this is concentrate. And this is going to be super full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out some of this right now and make a pitcher of tea for drinking. I need to get my ladder. I can't reach it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these up here so I have more room. I'm actually going to do them over my sink because we all know how So I'm going to fill these up like this, and then I'm going to freeze these, and then I'm going to pop them out, put them in a Ziploc bag, and then I'm going to freeze more because I made so much tea here. I might even find something else I can freeze these in to make more. So I'm going to stick these in, and then this should make a small pitcher of tea, this adding with the water. So I'm going to do that. Starting some celery here. All right, and then let me drain the rest of this. There we go. That is what my concentrated tea looks like. Let's go ahead and this is a sweet tea because I use that coconut palm sugar. You can use regular sugar if you want. I just personally, for my health, I don't. I try to stay away from sugar. It just triggers my migraines. I'm going to keep it in this big pitcher just while I'm freezing and saving it. But I'm going to get a small one here. Okay, so to make this, let me bring you over this way here. So to make this, what I did was I filled my pitcher. You can use whatever size you want. I filled it up with 3/4 of the way with ice and my filtered water out of my fridge. And then I'm going to fill it 1/4 of the way up with my tea concentrate there. Okay, then I'm gonna mix it up here. Before I'm gonna taste it, make sure it's, oh my gosh, yes. That is so good. That is perfect. It is sweet and delicious. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's so good for a nice, refreshing summer drink. So here is my iced tea. And I have a 4th one somewhere, so I find a 4th one, freeze that. Then I have all of this. So I'm going to probably freeze half of this and then keep the rest in for fresh drinking for the week. That is how we make sweet tea, peppermint sweet tea concentrate, and how we can use all that peppermint that we have. I have so much more growing, and then I just use the stems. I'm drying the stems, and I'm going to put it in my, actually I've decided I'm going to put it in my garage in the winter to deter the mice out of my garage because I know mice go in my garage. So that is what I'm going to do. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Be blessed. Have a great day. Bye.
A few moments later.
So this happened when I was trying to put my big picture in the fridge. I was trying to make room in the door because it doesn't fit on my regular shelves. And I need to wait for the other stuff to freeze so I can make more freezer concentrate. And so I was moving the syrup and my big syrup. I just wanted to show you my real life, you guys. When I say I'm klutzy in the kitchen, I am not joking. Maple syrup, I did spill some of the tea. Literally, haha, spilt the tea. to all my British friends. And so I'm going to clean this up. It's a work day for me. I love starting my days like this, LOL. Anyway, real life in the kitchen. Have a great day.